What's going on, guys? Your boy Lord Hayes right here, dropping down another commentary. And today we're going to be focusing on Uncharted 4. And I have one of my special guests, a good friend of mine. He's a fucktard named Chris. Say hello.
What's up, everyone? How you guys doing?
So that is Chris, also known as Light Wally and Wally, some numbers after that, if I'm not mistaken. And,
Yeah, you got that right. 71196. Yeah, close enough.
what we're going to be focusing on today is the whole power weapon or heavy weapon issue on Uncharted 4 multiplayer. If you guys can drop a like, that'd be amazing. You can hear my beautiful voice and then this Aussie's fucking retarded voice. And,
Gotta
we're just going
love it.
to... No, yeah, you know it, man. And we're just going to have lots of fun talking about this. So make sure you guys leave a like. If you're brand new to my channel, please subscribe. And let's just get into the video. So today, Chris, what I really want to talk about is the whole heavy weapon and power weapon issue. Can you just give me a little gist of what you think about it so far?
Well, from what I played from the Uncharted 4 beta, obviously, when I first got into the game, I thought, God, this is just going to be another purchasable thing, which is what they had in The Last of Us. But of course, obviously, the weaponry is, a little different, of course. Consists so far of the classic RPG, the Barrett pistol, which is basically like the mag, which you saw from Uncharted 3, the Condor shotgun, which is a semi-automatic shotgun, China Lake, which is, a grenade launcher, and the LMG, which is a machine gun. Now, what these weapons are different of in terms of in Uncharted 4, as opposed to Uncharted 3, they can't be picked up the map. Now, that's actually really interesting, so makes for interesting tactics in my eyes. Some teams that I did see, they were running a lot of RPGs and a lot of Barrett pistols. They were pretty accurate with those too.
Right.
Some may argue that this is probably a bad thing because whole teams shouldn't have the ability to run around the map, each carrying a one-hit kill gun every time you come face to face with them. That being said, I think that Naughty Dog has set a price on these weapons, I think reasonably high, about $900 or so, and that's probably enough to get you around 3 to 4 times per match. And of course, that's only if you spend all your cash on those guns. But that's just my thoughts. What about yours?
Well, I agree with about 90% of what you say, and I completely agree with the fact that Naughty Dog has kind of made it so you can't really spam, just keep on getting the same power weapon over and over again. And I too encountered many times where people were running the China Lake and the shotgun. Definitely that just come and like rush fuck us, which it isn't fun. And the thing that I kind of have gathered from going back to Uncharted 2, Uncharted 3, is that maps that were big, and I'm just taking Airstrip for example. There were like many parts of Airstrip that weren't used because of the fact that power weapons weren't there, and you can confirm this. If the little hangar that they had in Airstrip, besides the fact that you could spawn there was no big thing there because there was no T-bolt there. There was no hammer, no shotgun, no RPG. So if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. And also the fact that sometimes how in Airstrip how they had like that little house on the top where
Right.
the RPG was,
Mhm.
and also how maybe halfway through the game the house would blow up and then the RPG would spawn.
Right.
Now, to be honest, like I like that kind of little map interaction thing. The fact that the RPG was available to either side of whoever gets there first really. Now, given that this may not be the case in Uncharted 4 because of what we're seeing here,
Right.
in terms of the purchasables or the heavy weapons, I guess we call them, in the game. But that being said, it is only a beta after all. But
It is.
if they could add like those little map interactions, the fact that power weapons can I don't know randomly spawn maybe it can work in Uncharted 4. So far, with the heavy weapon deal, it's working well so far. That's just my opinion. But if they could add the ability to, you know, have that little map interaction, it doesn't have to be much. Maybe it can be like, I don't know, a helicopter that drops, a power weapon. Like in the map Oasis, where that
Right.
big plane came
Yeah.
through, and like that.
Yeah, and
That
then
that that in my opinion
drops the
was the
RPG and
best.
the
Yeah,
yeah, right, right. Nah,
yeah.
you're
That
100%
was the
right.
best thing in my opinion, because it really adds that, I don't know, treasure hunter feeling, because that's what Uncharted is about.
Yes. Yeah,
But
you're right.
yeah, that's what.
And I completely, agree with this whole idea. You're thinking about having the whole interaction and everything, and it kind of gives more focus to certain environments within a map. Taking back, for example, museum. There were many places in museum that had great potential, and museum is just one of those maps that are really big, and it's like a conversion map because it was back in Uncharted 2 and in Uncharted 3, so I can use it from both sides. There were so many places in museum that could have been used greatly. Like the map layout was great, everything was great, and if majority of the people that play Uncharted don't play objective modes where King of the Hill might be at one place or something else might be at another, and most people just play team deathmatch. And there were a lot of places in a museum and other maps as well that could have been used to a greater advantage and just weren't because there weren't any power weapons there. And I feel that the kind of bonus side I'm feeling in Uncharted 4, and I honestly, I'll be upfront right now. I don't like this whole purchasable weapon thing. I kind of feel like it's coming back from the whole classic Uncharted feel, where power weapons are a big deal in both Uncharted games. It's kind of retracting from that. But the thing that you know not having these power weapons is offering is that every single piece of the map is being used, and whether I've experienced it. I'm not sure about you, but on both the maps during the beta, we definitely were able to use all parts of the map very usefully, and there weren't that many places where it was just empty and like nothing was used because there was no focus to let's just go to the middle map and there's a shotgun there. It wasn't like that. The whole map was used, and I kind of like that. Like that's one of the plus things I kind of like.
Yeah, just to add to that, when you were talking about how some of the maps weren't being used, like they had these little, you know I should call them quiet spots, if you will. Like I want to add to particularly high rise, like now obviously for Uncharted veterans out there know exactly what the map high rise is. Some may argue that it's probably the worst map in Uncharted yet, probably due to the fact that you constantly fall off, and Uncharted mechanics are known for that to happen a lot. So
Yeah, you're right.
I guess that's why it was regarded as quite a bad map. Now, high rise in particular, to be honest, like I mean, I'm not saying that it's going to be. I'm not saying that it's a good map, but I'm not saying that it's a bad map either. Now, the reason for that is because, okay, fair enough that, you can go, multiple places, and we all love that in Uncharted, because that's what uh, the whole emphasis on exploring is about in that game. At
Right.
least that's what I saw.
Mhm.
And now, there's this particular spot in high rise where people, well, I think I've seen maybe about 3% of people, it's maybe an understatement, go to this spot. But if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you can do your research. But it's in the villain spawn, and it's like near that, the monkey bar spot.
Yes.
Like under the bridge thing, whatever,
Mhm.
and how in the villain spawn there's like these little shelves and stuff like that.
All right.
Now that spot, now what I'm trying to say is, I the amount of times I've seen people go there is probably, you know, well, I play Uncharted 3. Well, I still do play Uncharted 3 quite a lot. I
More than
reckon
I
I've
do.
encountered.
Definitely more than I do.
Yeah, definitely more than he does. Believe me. I reckon I've seen people go in that spot around about 100 times now. Given the fact that I've played, 1,000 plus hours of this game, that's saying something. So, like when you said, uh, they could do so much more to the maps in Uncharted 4. And to be honest, when you said there are these spots in Uncharted 4 where, pretty much everywhere you go, there's always something happening. At least that's what I see. Because in the new map, in the Uncharted 4 beta, Madagascar City,
Mhm.
um, you know how there's like that little top area of the map where there's like that little, how should I put this, backslide, I guess.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
when you slide down that
Mhm.
that thing. Now, I've actually, well, I've been down that, maybe 2 times when I was playing the beta. But at the same time, I didn't necessarily kill anyone down there. At the same time, I like the fact that the Uncharted uh, 4 maps and the developers, of course, are encouraging you to like, go to pretty much every spot of the new maps, and I think that's amazing to see, to be honest.
Yeah, no, you're completely right. And I kind of, you said you've been there twice. I'll be honest, I've been there more than twice. Just for the fact that Uncharted 4, I kind of came in with lots of like not superstition, but many presumptions, which I kind of regret having in the first place. And for a fact that how many presumptions I had. But I like it. It's the fact that you can go multiple different routes to still encounter people, and that I feel like that was the thing that was kind of lacking in Uncharted 3. Like, yeah, you can go, five different routes to still get to the main, where the RPG spawned in High Rise, for example. You can still take five different routes to get there, but there was no action while you were going to get there. And, I guess that's the thing that kind of lacks, in my opinion, from the older Uncharted games, and where it's here in Uncharted 4, and I'm kind of happy about that. But also on the same side, I am kind of disappointed that the whole Uncharted feeling is not there anymore, and because of the power weapons, because it's been something, Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 3 are two very different things, and you can like support me on that. They're very different. Mechanics are different. Guns are different. But the thing that kind of stuck together were like the core elements of Uncharted, and we expected that Uncharted 4 will have that, such as power weapons. Power weapons would spawn at various times, and people could go pick it up and shoot them. And coming back to actually regular weapons as well. I'm not sure if you noticed it, but I noticed it that you can't really change your weapon once you're in the game. You can't like from a downed enemy you can't pick up if they're using the metler you can't pick up their metler, and that's also something that it kind of takes away from the whole Uncharted feel. What do you feel about that?
Yeah, just to add to that, I mean, yeah, I mean, as you said before, I mean, I was actually very surprised myself. When I first killed this one guy, I noticed that, oh, that's a cool gun he's using, because it had like a reasonably high rate of fire. I'm not sure what gun it was called. Maybe it was the XCR or whatever. But
Right.
what I did was, I went over to his body, and I just picked up ammo, and of course, the gun that I was using because I just started out was the AK-47.
Hmm.
So I thought, wait, you're telling me you can't pick up this gun? Now, now, as you said before, I mean, like in Uncharted 2, like in Uncharted 3, you could pick up, guns that the enemy was using, and that was really cool. I really liked that, and how in Uncharted 3, you could pick up, say that someone was using, a custom gun, like I don't know, the Jade M9, for instance, and if you didn't have that gun unlocked, you could pick it up from a dead body, and you could try it out for yourself. I thought that was really cool. but the fact that you can't really pick up the gun that the enemy's using, kind of, yeah, you're right. It kind of takes the whole Uncharted feel away, and to be honest, I mean, I didn't really think much of it. I mean, okay, fair enough that it needs to be in there. It really does, but at the same time, you know, I guess what Naughty Dog really want to do in this case is, you know, they want um, they want the players to, experience the weapon, when they unlock it. They don't want people, use like people that are, I don't know, level one, running around with level 8 weapons, because
Hmm.
of that reason. That's just my thinking now. Whether that's logical or not, I don't know, but still, I still think that they really should um, add that element to pick up other guns. Now, onto another thing you said, where you said that you know they they had these power weapon things that should that are in the middle of the map and or the scattered around the map, should I say? And the fact that it encourages your team to be on the move all the time. As you said, that was Uncharted. I mean, as you said, we saw it in Uncharted 2. We saw it in Uncharted 3. They may have different mechanics. They may aim differently and different power weapons, but it's the same basic principle. You pick up a weapon that um, respawns every 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes, or whatever. But in Uncharted 4, you're not seeing that, and you're seeing what basically an element of if I do say so myself, the camping element,
Right.
where
Hmm.
you could basically just, I didn't really see this in the beta, to be honest, and I guess that's a good thing, but you could just basically, if you really want to win so badly, you could just, camp on one side of the map, you could, get your sniper out, you could, pick up those easy kills, and you could be, racking up a lot of money for that, and you could just basically, bring out your heavy weapon whenever you want, and then just get those easy kills. I mean, that's pretty much. It wouldn't be uncommon if Uncharted 4 did have those kind of clan battles. To be honest, because
Hmm.
now as a competitive player, I really don't see that as being a, a good a good competitive play.
Nah, you're right. You're
A lot of
100%
you
right.
guys do know that I do still play competitive Uncharted 3, and I can tell you right now that I competitive Uncharted 4. I'm not saying that it can't work. I mean, they did it with The Last of Us, and I thought that wouldn't be possible. But for Uncharted 4, I mean, yeah, I guess it could work. But to be honest, if they do a competitive Uncharted 4, all I can say is it won't be the same. Like it won't feel like Uncharted at all.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. 100% right. And especially coming from you, you actually do play the whole competitive scene, and you have a lot more insight compared to me, who I've kind of been detached from Uncharted 3 as for a while now. The last time I played it was about 6 months ago, and it's not that I regret it. It's just that there have been other games that have come out, and I've kind of attached myself to them. But after playing the beta and everything, what you said is completely right. The whole competitive side, and the whole Uncharted feel, as I discussed and how you discussed it's kind of lacking in that area. And I hope that they do take into account whatever we said, whatever other people said. And this is kind of going to the viewers right now. Uncharted, it, as long as I can remember, it has been a very audience based game. uh, by that I mean, like, whatever people want they will get. uh, Gmaul was, definitely OP in Uncharted 3 when in the beginning stages, and it was nerfed down. So it's whatever you guys want, whatever we want. That's how Naughty Dog works, and I hope that they take into account where the feedback that they get, and make Uncharted 4 multiplayer better. And yeah, so that's actually going to be the video. We're approaching 20 minutes now, actually, Chris. We talked a lot, and I feel like this was a great discussion. And be sure you guys make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe to my channel. I believe Chris, don't you have a channel?
I do. It is the only Wally. So I don't really upload much. I only upload, just maybe once a month or so. Hopefully that should be more in the future. But yeah, if you want to check it out, feel free.
Yeah, so go check out Chris. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, and of course, we're gonna come together and talk about something else in the near future. Hope you guys have great Christmas break or whatever break you guys are on. If you're on the other side of the planet, then summer break. Am I right, Chris?
Oh yeah, totally, man.
All right. Well, that's all gonna be
Living
it
it
for
up.
right now, guys. It's been your boy Lord Hades, and it's been Wally.
All right, I'll catch you guys in the next video, and hope you guys have a good one.
All right, TTFN, Tata for now.